G'day board gamers, Aussie Phil here. Guess what? We've just been playing the Faceless. See what we've thought about it in just a moment. That's right, this little beauty I backed on Kickstarter and we've had the privilege of playing it tonight. This is what we thought. Brilliant box, nice and sturdy, give it a good flex there. Artwork inside the lid, you don't see that all that often. Brilliant. Memory tokens, metal, very durable, love it. Now I backed this game for a number of reasons. One, it involves magnets inside the characters there. This brilliant concept, I was intrigued, had to have it. Check out that, the detail on that mini. That was another reason why I backed them. I love to paint them, so at the moment, not enough time, too many things going on, but I will get round to it because they will look gorgeous painted on the gameplay. Character cards, you play it as a group of kids called the Elm Street Gang, and look, half of them upside down, what a winner. But there we go. All of them have different abilities which can greatly enhance your ability to win or lose. If you forget to play their abilities, like we did so many times. So I spent some time trying to learn the rules before we came up to play with the Hairy Game Lords. And as I got my head around various aspects, I'd introduce the next bit and learn. But even still, it took us 4 games before we won. The first was over within 5 minutes. Anyway, let's see what someone else thought about it, because for me, I love the game. I will love to play it again. And we just played at the very basic medium level, and it was hard.
So, Hipster King here. My first thoughts on the Faceless. Just so I really liked it. The way that the board is set up. You have your. I'll try and show you. So you have your minis around the outside edge, and then you have in the centre. You have 2 things. You've got the compass, which is in essence you, and you move the compass around the board, trying to find these hidden memories that are sort of spaced around on the board, and also avoiding a whole load of traps that can ensnare you. And if you get stuck in those, you have to use up your memories to get out. Which was, I think, the thing that killed us on our second turn, because we got stuck and used up all our memories getting out. We hadn't got enough memories when we got stuck. You'd think it's really easy playing with magnets and a compass, and you start off with the compass pointing one way and you move that way. But why this game, particularly, I think, first few plays, I'm hoping the more we play it, we'll get better at it. But trying to work out how the magnets are going to interact and change the movement of the compass as you move around the board, because each time you move, you then have to move in the direction that the compass is now pointing in, and that's where the difficulty comes, because you've got 3 magnets around the outside of the board, and then you've got Billy Goat in the middle of the board, he's got a more powerful magnet, so his magnet sort of interacts more than the others. So trying to work out where you're going to go on the board is really, really difficult. That made it sort of brain meltingly kind of, in terms of trying to work out trying to play your strategies and play your cards in the right order so that you can get to each of the memories with it before Billy Goat finally traps you, or you get trapped in one of the snares that are on the board. Absolutely loved it. Would definitely play again. And the theming and all the artwork is that sort of beautiful crossover between somewhere between Stranger Things and Donnie Darko. 2 things that I really enjoy.
So, I absolutely love all the artwork on this. I mean, look at that. There is the board. Just kind of beautiful detail and beautiful artwork on there. Nice. And that artwork is what?
Just say flip the board round.
like this.
Even that's nice.
Pete wanted me to show you the backside of the board. Look at that, isn't that lovely? It's not just black, it's nice. So there's loads, just the artwork is really beautiful in this kind of dark and eerie kind of way. But I liked that a lot. What I liked about it is, although it took us 4 goes to actually win, because those first few games where we kind of struck out, they were over and done with really relatively quick. It didn't feel like, it wasn't like vastly annoying to start all over again. But then it did actually give us opportunity to maybe swap out some different characters. So everybody starts off with a child starting character, and they have a unique ability that is really helpful because it's a cooperative game. You're all working together and piecing together who's got best cards to use for you to be able to move most effectively around the board. So that was really good, and it felt good to work together and to finally win. Excellent.
Come on.
Yes. Looking forward to playing this again and playing more of it as well. There's still a whole load of characters that we haven't played, and much more which Dave the Grey is going to tell you about right now.
Hi, Dave the Grey here. So what else is there to say? Miniatures are fantastic. I really like the mechanic. It's nice to have something a bit different. So if you're bored of just the sort of the standard meeples card games, this is something that makes you think a little bit differently. And the fact that you've got 4 magnets all pulling your compass in different directions really does mess with your head. And hopefully the more we play it, the more we'll get our head round how the magnets affect the compass every time you move closer to the bad guy, further away. It is a really, really nice mechanic and different to anything I've played, to be honest with you. There's also a bunch of other stuff that we didn't use because we were just feeling our way through it. So the first one, which is probably the most mental, is a timer. It's bad enough when you actually get a chance to think about it. Putting yourself on a timer just seems crazy. Just make it hard for yourself, why don't you? Weird little demented rabbits. No idea what they do, but who doesn't enjoy a weird little demented rabbit?
Mini Donnie Darkos.
Yeah. And little demented dice cube of almost certain peril. Got to love it. So, really, really enjoyed it. I think probably the only criticism I've got is the board looks really, really nice. However, the pieces, just that slight little bit too big to fit on the circles. So once you get the traps and what have you, and you can get 3D pieces as well, you struggle a little bit when things get very close together. You have to kind of jostle the way around. So that's probably my only criticism. It's the board could do with being just a little tiny bit bigger. But other than that, an absolutely great game. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, something just a little bit different from your standard fare. So definitely be playing that again.
I think it's fair to say that we all enjoyed playing the Faceless tonight.
Yes, we did.
Alter Ego are the guys who make it. They currently have another one on Kickstarter. If it's anything like this, I'd suggest you get on there and have a look. Back it, because the replayability of this game is enormous. It's mental that we played 4 games in less than an hour and a half.
We did lose 3 of them, to be fair.
True.
One of them inside 5 minutes.
Just after setup.
Because we're hardcore, proper, skilled gamers.
Yes. But there are expansions that expansion? No, what would it be? There's an option in
Extra bits.
Extra bits in the Kickstarter that you can add to this. Although this is standalone, having an additional child character to play with this game would be something that I'd love to get my hands on as well.
Do it.
It's Pete's beard.
I am faceless.
No, Batman. Excellent. Don't back it. Enjoy it.
Buy it.
It's gone.
Find it.
If you can find it, buy it. Well worth it.